guys, Ash here coming at you today, Raid Shadow Legends, with a guide for Rakka Viletide in the endgame of Raid Shadow Legends. I really like Rakka Viletide. I think she's very underrated. As a matter of fact, I am going to have a spotlight video on her and a few of my other most underrated legendary champions in the game going live on the main YouTube channel soon. That is Ash Raid Shadow Legends. Anyway, shout out to some of you guys. We have Raven Deepwood. A guide on Rakka would be dope. Man, I wish I had more Lego books, as I currently need like 30. We have C. Richie 766 for a Rakka Viletide. We have Enkney 612 looking for Rakka Viletide. We got Doug Try Val something or other looking for a Rakka. We have Dummy. What up, Dummy? Doug back at it. Mr. Capel. We have Alfonso. We have Joseph. We have Rui. We have Robert. We have Robert again. We have at last Ash looking for some Rakka and a lot more where that came from, guys. Let's take a look at this champion. So guys, Rakka Viletide is a Orc Legendary Void Affinity champion. She looks pretty cool too, right? She is a Void Lego, so hard to get. Her base stats are pretty solid. Her speed especially is noteworthy at 109, very fast. You'd love to see that. Her survivability is okay for a support reviver. We'd love a little bit more, but still almost 20k in the HP isn't too bad. The defense is 1134. On the A1, Ichor of Life. Attack one enemy, heals the ally with lowest HP by 10% of this champion's max HP. You can book out the heal and a little bit of damage there. The damage is negligible, but the heal is nice. Nice to have a little baby heal on that A1. On the Oozing Blessing, a 3-turn cooldown, a full cleanse on all allies, then an increased attack, and then a shield, 25% of this champion's max HP on all allies for 2 turns. What a great ability. It's a full cleanse with the increased attack to set up your nukers, especially in the arena or anywhere for that matter. It's a 3-turn cooldown. And then you have the survivability, the shield. This is a very underrated and very good ability. And then her Plasm Rebirth. This is her A3 ability. Revives all dead allies, 50% HP, 50% turn meter. Pretty solid AoE revive. And then places a block debuffs on all allies for 2 turns. It will place that block debuffs even if there's no dead allies. So now we're kind of in Pythion territory, right? A little bit different. She brings the shield, she brings the increased attack, whereas he brings the cleanse and the block debuffs on the same ability, also with a little heal there. We do have the revival. We can place the block debuffs even if the revive's not used. So all in all, a pretty dang good kit. But then her creep passive is actually really solid as well. At the start of each turn, fills the turn meter of all allies by 10%. You love that, right? That's really, really solid. Just an innate turn meter fill at the start of each turn on Rakka, whether she's going to be fast on the go first team in the arena or just being used as like a Hydro support champion. It's going to be, you know, a constant flow of turn meter support vis-a-vis her passive. Her passive effect on the 2-turn cooldown creep is at the start of each turn, and the passive happens all the time. The active is on the 2-turn cooldown. At the start of each turn, place a continuous heal buff on the ally with lowest HP for 2 turns. Will not place continuous heal on this champion, so now she's a great healer too. She got a little bit extra heal on the continuous heals on the ally with lowest HP, and that happens again every turn. On her aura, speed in arena battles by 19%. A lot of people compare her to a Duchess. She doesn't have the stats nor the damage mitigation that Duchess has, but she does have, you know, a lot of unique ability that she brings to the table as well. Obviously, no perfect veil, no veils, but she does have the cleanse. She has a turn meter fill. She has the heals as well. So I really, really like Rakka. I love that she's a lot faster too than a Duchess. I think it's unfair to compare them. You know, like, listen, Duchess is a goat, but Rakka has a unique place. She's a mix between a Duchess and a Pythion, right? Is she worthy of the Void Legendary title? I think she actually is. I think she is. All right, let's go ahead. I want to do some live arena before the time is up, and I think I only have a little bit here, about a half an hour. So let's go ahead and do some live arena. Also, I'm in Platinum Arena. You know, you can use her basically anywhere. This is a champion that has incredible versatility inside the game. It's one of her strongest points inside the game is her versatility that she brings to the table. Basically, you can use her as a cleanser, an increased attack, a reviver, everything, a healer, basically everywhere in the game that you would need those skill sets. But I am going to focus on PvP. But again, I want to reiterate, she can be used everywhere in the game, right? Okay, we have her all the way booked out. We do have polymorph on her. However, that makes no sense at all. So let's go ahead and switch that. We have no accuracy on her. We don't need any accuracy on this champion. I'm going to go with temporal chains would be cool, but again, we need the accuracy. We only have her 2-star awakened. Let's see. I think actually going for like a partially fills the turn meter whenever a debuff is placed, spread, or transferred onto them. Getting a little turn meter fill. It's only 5%, but I could go there. I could go Intimidating Presence. I think I'm already going to have an Intimidating Presence champion on the team. I would consider maybe a Lightning Cage, Intimidating Presence, or perhaps even a Dark Resolve. No. Since they changed it, forget it. Yeah. Trying to think. I think Survival Instinct is pretty good. So we'll go ahead and choose that blessing. Certainly better than Polymorph, considering we have no accuracy on her. If she was 6-star for PvP, of course you can consider Polymorph. We went down defense and support tree here for Masteries. I ended at Unshakable. I love building my Rakka Viletide as tanky as we can, obviously, in the arena, but I love prioritizing resist, right? This applies, obviously, to the end game, but you could definitely do this, and the barrier is going to be a little bit lower in other areas of the game as well, such as mid-game arena or anywhere that you're going to be, getting a lot of debuffs. I love, if you're going to build anybody with righteous gear or resistance gear or just focus on resistance substats or main stats for that matter, why not do it on a cleanser, right? You don't want them to get CC'd so they can cleanse everybody else who does get CC'd by the enemy team. Thus, we're really going hard on, the survivability. We picked up Shadow Heal, one of my favorites. We picked up Solidarity as well. We have Cycle of Revenge. We love to have Cycle of Revenge on our revivers. Another option on a champion like this, if you don't want to go all out on defense, you can come down the support tree instead. I like the choices that we have here. Most importantly, Shield Bearer. Increase the value of shield buffs a champion cast by 5%. She has that big shield on the 3-turn cooldown on her A2. We went down, we picked up Lasting Gifts to extend the duration of the buffs that she brings to the table. You could come down and pick up Timely Intervention instead. If you said, Ash, I don't care about resistance, I have other solutions to that, go down, pick up Timely Intervention. This is great for any reviver, not just Rakka Viletide. So those are the masteries that we went with today. Of course, if you're using her exclusively in PvE content and you just want a little bit of extra damage, you don't care about min-maxing your Unshakable, I'd still probably go Timely Intervention, but of course going offense tree to War Master could be a viable option for some of you guys as well. All right, so gear. We have her in a 6-piece stone skin, right? 6-piece stone skin with a bunch of resistance. I love picking up a 1-piece protection set. I love the 1-piece. Protection is so freaking good. Protection is like my most slept on set back in the day when it was first introduced, right? Or I shouldn't say that. When it was a 6-piece protection, meh. But 9-piece, if you can work your way to getting that, it's next level game changer specifically for Hydra. But I digress. I love picking up a 1-piece at least to get 20 resistance on champions that we want to build for resistance. Stone Skin is going to keep her alive in the arena. I didn't stress on speed on her. Of course, you can build her super fast to set up your nukers, but I just basically want her faster than my nuker, right? So she can bring the increased attack. I think the team that we're going to use her on, though, I have another increased attack option on the team as well. So it depends on what you need, how you build her. These are the total stats we went with, notably 649 on the resistance. It's not going to be enough to resist a lot of endgame content, but it's going to resist some, I think that content creators, myself included, we have a habit of saying, you're going to need like 900 resistance to resist in, platinum or gold 5 or whatever, but that's not the case. You might need 800 resistance to resist against a Warlord or Yameko or an Armons, perhaps. But there's a lot of champions that actually bring solid debuffs that only are built with 300, 400, 500 resistance. A lot of Sun Wukongs, for example, are around that 400, 500, even 600, metric because they want to build them for damage too. So you'll still resist a lot, I would say a lot of people are going to want to have her a bit faster, but I like her as kind of a mid-range option too. Sure, we don't take full advantage maybe of turn meter boosting off of the passive here, but we're still going to get the turn meter boost. It's still going to be helpful. And if we build her a little bit slower to kind of go after the enemy team starts to get cranking, we can come in and cleanse at that point, right? And it's going to be more valuable to cleanse, obviously, if there's debuffs on our team. All right, so what do we have really quickly here? We have HP percentage survivability on the gauntlets. We have resistance with HP on the chest. We have speed with HP on the boots. See how I'm trying to get that HP on the ascension stats? That way I can go with some resistance on the main stat there. We have a resistance on protection on the banner. We have HP on the amulet, and we have HP on the ring. Again, it's a fairly endgame-ish build in the fact that they're all ascended into stone skin and it has some stone skin accessories protection as well. But at the same time, it's not like the best gear on my account or anything like that. But the cool thing on Rakka is I don't feel like you need to use the very best gear on your account because she's super serviceable even without that, right? So we have 27 minutes. Let's just get a refresh here in Plat. And let's just go against, the first team that we see here. So, nice free-to-play friendly team that we have rocking right now. I said it was endgame. I'm trying on the channel. I've gotten mixed feedback from you guys, and this is the internet for you, right? With all due respect to you guys, but, some people are like, dude, show more endgame stuff. You never do any endgame stuff. And then some people are like, dude, every time I do a video like this, they're like, why are you doing this? This is so stupid. No one has any of these champions. So I've tried to find a happy medium and basically only do this once in a great while, So hopefully you guys don't mind. I'm going to run 3 mythicals, and I apologize if you don't like that. But basically, her role is going to be the same, regardless of who you have on your team. I just thought I would give you, like, a real example of the team I would run Rakka in, right? Why am I Barbarian? Oh, she's an Orc, Ash. She's an Orc, dude. All right. So here she is. I kind of get her picture confused with Supreme Galek, too. You see that? Man, they're very similar looking on their little profile pic. You got to look for the lips. I think it's in the lips right there. Anyway, I digress. All right, so here we go. This is a real-life team. This is kind of the type of team that we're going to be drafting in the live arena too, potentially. The nice thing is she slots beautifully in a team for you. I think a great use case in live arena, even in the end game for Rakka. First of all, you're always going to throw the opponent off. They're always going to be like, what? Rakka Viletide? And then she's actually pretty solid. But the cool thing about her is Siffi's picked like every single freaking match in live arena, right? Moreover, Galathir's picked almost every match. Duchess is picked a lot, right? So sometimes if the opponent picks those other options, if you're lucky enough to have them, you're going to be struggling to find a really competent, a really good reviver, right? In this case, okay, so something went wrong with the speeds there, but we'll be okay. And we want, obviously, either Rakka or our other increased attack champion, Lazarus, to go before our nuker. That way we can set them up. I could have just used the A2 there, but we're going to be fine. So now we finally get the turn. We get the turn meter boost there. And now there's no need for a cleanse. I kind of want to save it for Armand. So I'm just going to go in with an A1. And we can metamorph on Crixia. We can come in with a block debuffs. The cool thing is on Rakka is using that block debuff, especially if you have another revival option on your team, which I do on this team. But let's go ahead and work a little bit on Marichka. Marichka down, Marichka back up. We got to make sure that we kill Siegfried before we kill the last living opponent on the team, but we have ways to go here. So I'm going to go in with the A2 and get some of these debuffs off. I'm going to be turned into a sheep. Fantastic, fantastic. Let's go ahead and attack Marichka there. We get resisted. Sorry, it's a little bit choppy running in the background here. So I have block debuffs already, so I'm going to go with a shield on everybody with the A2 ability. It's a nice shield. She has 96 HP. Obviously, we could scale that quite a bit higher if we sacrifice some resistance, but still not bad. Here comes the Dark Nebula. He should have went with the A2, but he has it on auto on the A3. Which is so sad for him. We're going to go with the A3 on Marichka, kill everybody else, revive everybody else. Now we're approaching go time. Galathir's in his non-revival form, so they're going to be SOL as long as we kill Mr. Siegfried next. So, kind of boring at this point in the match here. We're going to do a live arena match right after this one. But again, look at this. It's so beautiful to be able to cleanse all this crap off of Crixia. She can come back in there and re-enter the fight. She can switch forms now. It's really nice to have that cleanser. Sometimes you miss that cleanser when you have some of the more OP options that we've spoken about on your team. Another polymorph, way to go. This is going to be beautiful. Kill them both, please. Nope, okay. Forget that Siegfried hasn't used his block damage ability yet. Okay, let's get Lazarus back in the battle, please. Thank you. And let's risk it here. We are not turned into a sheep. Fantastic. So now we come back and we can actually use the A3 ability, put a nice block debuffs on everybody. Sure, hopefully we don't lose somebody right away to Siegfried, but let's go ahead and take down the Reviver, hopefully. There goes the Reviver. Got to be careful of this fella right here, though. The good news is he does have his skills on cooldown because of Crixia. No worries. You might be saying, Ash, you just used the Revive ability. We actually have a Reviver in Lazarus. We can just go ahead and use his A1 and revive Crixia that way. That's why I like having kind of a backup Reviver, if you can. I mean, it's a nice thing to have, but it's hard to always make sure that works. All right, now we got to be careful here. We absolutely cannot kill Armans. So what we're going to do here is hopefully not die. Okay, well, there's our Siegfried. The Battle of Siegfrieds here. This is why Siegfried is so freaking good, right? All right, let's focus on their Siegfried. And let's get that turn meter boost, that increased attack. I probably should have just went in with the alternate form. It's okay, though. We can recover a little bit. We have block damage for 2 turns. What an insane revive ability, right? Get stunned. Get sheeped. Man, this has ended up being a long battle. I could have ended it right there if I had just switched forms on Lazarus and gone in. But now we're in Armand's death chain here, and it might cost us. I don't know. We still have a Reviver. One of our Revivers down. I almost feel like... Fucking A. All right, guys, so we have 21 minutes in the live arena. I want to go right in with live arena. I'm at 5,200 right now. I'm right around 600 or so in the world, so not certainly super high, but high enough. And we have UFO at Kingdom of Deceptios. And he's going to pick first and take Armand, so we're going to go ahead and pick Rakka last, because there's no way anybody else is ever going to pick Rakka. And I apologize for the pay-to-win-y, but I said it was endgame in the title, as I said. So they go with a super fast team. Because they go Astrolith, for me, it's an absolute no-brainer. Then I'm going to go with Taurus and Marichka. No, I can't go Taurus and Marichka. I'm just going to go Marichka. Actually, yeah, I need Marichka. So we'll go Marichka, because a bomb champion. And I'm going to go with... crap, I can't go Marichka and showcase Rakka. So it is what it is. It is what it is, guys. I'm going to go Rakka, but I'll go last on Rakka. Let's go ahead and get our nukers up. I'm going to go... Sorry for all the mythicals, but I need to go double magic affinity against the strong spirit team here. I could have gone like a Tormund there, too. If I wanted to lean into the defensive route instead, I would have gone with Tormund and maybe even a UDK before he picked. We're going to get Armand's out of there. Astralis is going to be super fast with the intimidating presence as well. They let me have a Crixia, which is really nice. I'm going to go Rakka as the team lead, speed in all battles, and I hope I can beat out a fully awakened, intimidating presence Astrolith. Probably not. Let's see. My Crixia is my fastest champion at 421 speed. So that's going to be the benchmark here. But they have the full intimidating presence on their team, and I don't. But I do go first, so there we go. Sweet. So that's pretty much game over going first in a situation like that. But we're going to we have a double Reviver on the team. We actually have kind of triple Reviver if you include Siegfried. So a really strong team here. We're going to come in. Because we have double Revive and a 2-turn Stone Skin, we can actually get a little bit greedy here and switch forms. And we can just go in and stun everybody. And now we creep, fill turn meter, And we're going to set up Siegfried, who's our attack-based nuker, with a nice, juicy increased attack while shielding everybody else at the same time. We're going to switch forms with Crixia. We're going to come in with the A2, which is going to increase turn meter on our team and place a block debuffs on our team as well. And then, hopefully, we're just going to nuke everybody down, except for Rotos. No, they have UDK on the team. My bad. We're going to go with the A2 instead. All right. So they're really hamstrung here. Even if they can kill a couple of my champions, I have so much revive on this team. There's just no way, without going first, there's no way that this team can take down my team. There he goes, able to one-shot UDK. So we take down UFO, who is quite a bit higher than us as well. Although, to be fair, if I played a bit more live arena, I should be there. I should be that high, if not higher in trophies. I really wish they would have like a live arena reset or something like that. You know, it's very, I love live arena, to be clear, right? I love it, but it feels a bit tedious. It feels a bit tedious, you know? So things look like they might be in trouble here. Not at all. I obviously have my revive at the ready. So we're totally cool. We have block active skills on Rotos, negating him. And then we can Night Purge to reset the cooldown. So I have fresh revive available if I need it again after Rotos goes with his A1 a couple times, maybe. That's one. He takes down my nuker. Unfortunately, I only have one damage dealer on the team in Siegfried, so I have to keep reviving him and reviving him. But as I said, we had it reset, so we're still in the driver's seat here. Again, I'm going to come in with the A2 ability. Stun everybody on the enemy team. We'll A1. Decrease the turn meter of Sun Wukong. Again, see that creep going off? More turn meter fill. You love to have that constant kind of turn meter fill throughout the match. And again, I'm sure they were pretty surprised at somebody drafting Rakka. I never, ever, I don't think I've ever gone against Rakka ever in live arena at this level at least. I'm going to come back in here and block active skills on everybody. And at this point, we'll just A2, get a little bit of turn meter back. Rotos, man, unstoppable. Rotos is a beast. He is a beast. He really is. Gets the extra turns. Thankfully, we have him on lockout here, right? Oh, down. Uh-oh. We're not in trouble. We have another reviver, but things got so close. You guys must have been in a position like this before on your account. If someone Kong has his A2, nah, he's not going to be able to one-shot Star Sage. But Rotos has done this to me before. I'm not going to sit here and pretend. I've thought I've won a match and then ran into a Rotos just absolutely decimating my entire team. And that almost happened here. And he still has a shot, but it's going to be so hard to get through Star Sage now being Force Affinity, right? But man, UFO, he almost had a little bit of a comeback on the shoulders of Mr. Rotos, the Lost Groom. Now we can just heal and wait till we get back to our nuker here. Have to deal with stupid Sun Wu in the meantime. Man, this end of this match, to be fair, he's going to A3 and try to steal all my buffs. Nope. Apparently he didn't have it up. His Fated Destruction. Extra turn. He's going to have to target Star Sage. Not going to be able to kill him. Star Sage can't be one shot. He has a... if those of you who are not familiar with his kit, he has a preempt death type ability. But this could be an interesting opportunity here for Rotos. He needs to go after Star Sage, but that's what I was talking about, right? The can't one-shot him. All right, go in here, and Rakka, can you land the final blow, or are you going to give it to Siegfried? She's going to give it to Siegfried. Siegfried, finish him. Finish him! Man, that was a long one, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that match. But yeah, Rakka, like you saw the utility there. A cleanse. I will say that one hit from Rotos, that was a freaking hard hit, man. That was a hard hit. That hurt, right? She almost died on that shot. But it is Rotos. Let's do one more live arena battle, guys. Hopefully I would love to hear from you guys in the comments. Do you like endgame live arena from time to time? The last time I did this was a long video featuring Viperana. We did it with Alaz, the sun bearer. All right. And it was mixed. Honestly, the feedback was pretty mixed on that one. I I always do Star Sage first because I really want them to ban Star Sage and not Crixia, but you never know. So Viperana is going to have a +2 fully awakened Armons. He's going to go with Lazarius. He's going to go with Siphi. We're going to go with... he does have Polymorph. Crap. So Rakka's going to be last. So we're going to need to go 2 nukers. Let's go because he's going Siphi. Let's just try to disrupt him a little bit. Not typically what I would do. Let's just mess around. I just don't want to pick the same champions again and again. So let's go Alaz and Harima. Am I overlooking Harima? Where the heck? Oh, there she is. Basically taking away his 2 best defensive options to put alongside Siphi. And then we'll go Rakka last, and we'll see how we do here. And plus, I love the double force affinity to respond to Lazarius. Will be super helpful. So I want to see what direction he's going to go. If I was him, I would go like a Taurus and Marichka. I think that would be the... or her. I think that would be the best choice here. Could go Narcissus and White Queen as well. But that's the direction that I would personally go. But who knows? And he goes Marius and Warlord. Okay, so I don't really mind the... Warlord kind of sucks. I'm not going to have enough resistance on Rakka, quite enough to resist. But obviously, I'm not an idiot. I'm going to ban Armons. You always ban I actually had a period... they banned my Crixia, so we might not win this one, but let's have fun seeing how we do, right? What was I going to say? Oh, I went through this phase. I'm sure we all go through this phase. Thinking to myself, I'm just going to build teams and anti-Armons teams. Anti-Armons builds. And I'm just not going to ban him. I'm going to ban somebody else. And it didn't really work out for me. It did sometimes, but I like kept a record of my stats with that strategy versus without. And suffice it to say, I lost a lot more. Yeah, I think we're going to be toast here. Because Lazarius is going to go, and he's going to do a number on me. Let's see. The trouble here is I'm not going to be able to remove half of these buffs on the alternate form. I do have 2 revivers, though. It feels a bit redundant. I'm just going to go in with the A2 and play it safe here. The protection set on Siphi is a pain. He's going to switch forms. He's going to go for the kill on somebody. But I don't think he's going to be able to kill anybody. Oh, famous last words, right? Freaking Lazarius. Oh, gosh. Okay. Ooh, this is not good. This is not good. I'm going to go in full... I can't switch forms because I'll die from Marius. So I don't really have much in the way of options other than to hope we can kill Lazarius, which we can't, and then we die on the back end. Oh, it might be 1 win, 1 loss, guys, but I have 2 revivers still standing here, so, and 1 can't use a revive because it's off cooldown. I wasn't sure if I resisted that revive. I'm gonna pray here. Go ahead and hit me, Marius. I hate that nasty lag that I've got going on. No sheep. Okay. We get block active skills on everybody. That buys me a little bit of time. There's 2 turns left on the revive for Rakka. Only 1 turn left on the revive for Star Sage. So we're going to be able to revive here, I think. Darn it. Lazarius, not supposed to build the kill. What's his face? 2 turns left, guys. Yeah. I'm not going to waste anybody's time. All right, guys, really quickly before we go into the regular arena, just for a moment, just get a couple more reps under our belt here. Rakka, she gets a 4 overall grading on hellhades.com, the best website in the biz. And look at her area rankings, guys. I mean, she's a 4 or higher basically everywhere, you know, a couple exceptions. But man, talk about versatility. She's a 4 in the arena as well. She might not be the best champion in any specific area, but again, even in Iron Twins, Sand Devil, Shogun for a cleanser reviver, great option for you guys. So let's see, what do they recommend for? Hey, they recommend Survival Instinct as well. We mentioned that earlier. They give a bolster, shield, protection, speed as set recommendations for PvP, bolster, protection, or stone skin. Gotta be careful with bolster in the the current meta, especially with Narcissus out there, but still a very viable option. They give speed, HP, and resistance as stat priorities as well. I think, yeah, we fell a little bit out of regular arena here. Platinum, excuse me. So let's switch the team up a little bit, though. This is kind of disgusting, right? We've seen enough of this. Let's go with... I still want to keep my lockout. It could be any lockout. It doesn't have to be Crixie, obviously. But let's go with a little bit more control. Actually, I don't need the lockout. Screw that, right? Let's go with maybe Armand's and... where are you, Armand's? Right in front of my face. One more down there, Ash. There we go. Let's go Armand's. And let's go with, I don't know. Who do I have built right now? Oh, I could go with Mikage. And then who's going to be our nuker? How about, so we don't have, we need an attack-based nuker, obviously. So do I have gear on Quintus, I wonder, right now? He's not very accessible either, right? Who can I run? Do I have gear on Ethos? Ethos is an interesting champion. People always say that he's only a PvE, excuse me, champion. But he can still smack in PvE. Hopefully I have gear on him. Let me just check really quickly here. Ethos. Let's slap on a little... Okay, so I at least have the Savage on him right now. So we can just go with whatever the heck we want, right? So let's go with a attack banner. Perfect. And then let's go with an attack percentage chest. So we'll go primary stats, attack percentage, priority stats. We'll go crit rate. And then we're just going to sort everything that we have available on the entire account. I guess this destroy. And no speed, but plenty of crit rate. No speed there either. No speed there either. No speed there either. Golly. All right, fine. There we go. Whatever. At least he has the correct crit rate. All right, Ethos, what do you got, man? Fully awakened Ethos at that, but still fun to use, right? Switch things up a little bit here. Yeah, but I think those ratings on hellhades.com are spot on for her, honestly, you know? A 4 overall, I think that's pretty accurate, you know? Maybe even a little bit higher. Just depends on what you value, right? Okay. Ooh, interesting. Let's go... Since we already have an increased attack champion anyway, I'm just going to switch forms on Mikage. And I'm going to go in with a buff removal on the Doom of Ikai. And then let's go in with a stun on Armand's. Take control of this match. We don't even need to do anything here. Just A1. And then it's going to be setting up our nuker. Again, we just want her faster than our attack-based nuker. And let's go. Let's try both of them. Let's try Extinguish Life first. Oof. Not bad there. Not bad at all, Ethos. Okay, let's do, this is a fun little squad. Let's do one more. Let's up the ante here, though, and try to find a team that's... Look at this team, man. I don't know how we'll do here. Probably won't even win the speed race, but can't say we didn't try against a really tough squad, right? I'd rather try something fun than fail against a layup, right? Do we go first? No. Well, we lose. No, not necessarily, but probably. The problem here is mainly Lazarius. We have no response to him. I mean, we do have, I guess we have Rakka, right? But I don't think that's going to be enough. Let's see. Okay. Well, we sheep Lazarius. Still under control here for the most part. We have block debuffs on everybody. Not much we can do here. Let's just go A1. And here's the revive. No turn meters to boost. Sorry, Rakka. All right, so Harima has her Celestial Awe available. That's going to be game over, unfortunately. Hey, like I said, at least we tried. But when you lose a speed race to a lockout champion and that's the team, not much you can do there. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this guide. A little bit different. I don't know. Let me know if you prefer or don't prefer it. It's, you know, it's tricky, but I like to switch things up a little bit and show champions in the end game. We had kind of mixed results today. I think we won 1-1 in both live arena and now here, but you can see the utility that she brings to the table. I do think she's unique enough that she justifies usage in a lot of accounts, not just in the arena, but in all the areas that we kind of outlined when you need a cleanser / reviver. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, take care, guys.